Hello everybody, welcome to It Was Tuesday with your host James Chen. Social media is ablaze right now with Sagat information because he looks amazing. He looks super good. I'm not even just talking about how he fights or anything like that, but just the way they designed him, his moveset, the art style, the animations. He looks freaking amazing. Let's go through it, deep dive, little by little. So, I mean, the first thing they show is a stand heavy punch. I love it. Like, if you're gonna show off one move right away, it's gonna be stand heavy punch, because this button is like the button, right? Like, in Super Turbo and Hyper Fighting days, this button was broken. It was so good. It just hit so far, and guy, you guys don't even know, man. Like, startup, what startup, dude? Like, almost like Ken could like light DP like almost every character from max range, make them block it, and he was safe. Nobody could punish him except Sagat. Sagat would just block it, stand fierce, pow, and that was it. Dude, he was like freaking Dulcim Limb, and it was so fast. Ugh, I love that that's the first move that they show. Also, oh wait, and then it target combos. What? Dude, this had better not hit crouchers. Like, it probably won't. But this is gonna be an amazing whiff punishing tool. Holy shit. And then you get a target combo off of that. And also, the other thing that I really want to mention is how big is that goddamn tiger? Like, if you look at it from perspective, like even if you take it exactly as the size that it is and put it next to Ryu, like, sure, it'd be kind of a small tiger, you know, but still, like, dude, like this, like, if you actually zoom him in, like, appropriately, like, that tiger is as tall as Ryu. That tiger is freaking as tall as Ryu, dude. It's crazy. Tigers, dude, the funniest thing, Dan FNP, is that for a lot of the old games, modern players tend to avoid the top tier characters. Like, you probably don't run into a lot of old Sagats, you probably don't run into a lot of Vegas either. But that tiger is ginormous, dude. That tiger is as tall as Ryu. Like, if you actually just kind of look at where it's standing and just imagine it walks forward, like, and it grows, like, just from your eyes perspective, understanding where he is in relation, like I said, by the time he reaches the same plane as Sagat and Ryu, he's as tall as Ryu, dude. Like, it's kind of nuts. Oh, I know tigers get big, but, like, this seems like an exceptionally large tiger here. Maybe they really are just that big, and I haven't, you know, I don't see it enough. But yeah, I mean, the other thing too is, like, how tall is Ryu supposed to be? He's like 6 foot or something like that. I mean, Sagat looks like he's 10 feet here. Now, he is on his tippy toes, and Ryu is crouching and scrunched up a little bit, but Sagat looks huge. Huge. Oh, that's a knockdown too. Dang, okay. So this target combo is a knockdown. Clearly, it doesn't look like, in the corner, it looks like he's gonna get something, right? So if you're in the corner, pow, pow, like you can see him floating, and Sagat recover, no, maybe not. Maybe not. It depends on how much of this animation is actual recovery and how much is not. If this is just flourish animation, you'll probably be able to get a DP in the corner, maybe only a light DP or something like that. But then, dude, did they give Sagat, they gave Sagat Abel's elbow from Street Fighter 4. Like, he punches you and then he just goes up like this, and it's such a sick looking move. But does that mean they took away his crouch fierce? Because even though we can't, could we hear it? Let me see it. Let me okay, let me do this really quick. Let me put the speed back to normal here. Turn the volume up here. Yeah, that's crouching heavy punch. Like, that is undoubtedly a crouching heavy punch, because it's a heavy punch sound effect and everything like that. So he doesn't have his infamous CVS2 crouching heavy punch. He has this, or it could be a back heavy punch down forward heavy punch, something like that, right? But clearly, like Elena's crouching heavy punch, it's going to be really good for drive rush juggles and stuff like that. We even see that a little later on, and you do see Sagat, like, it looks like he's starting to animate the move from standing. So this actually makes me believe this is back in heavy punch. I think this is going to be back in heavy punch. Either that or, because like the start of this animation, that's clearly part of the animation, and he's starting it from standing. If it was a crouching move, you would definitely see Sagat, you know, already from crouching and going up like Abel does. But since he's standing and starting it, I'm assuming this is like back in heavy punch. So he might still have that crazy crouch heavy punch, the CVS2 one, but it is definitely a launcher, very Abel style, and we'll see a lot of that in this game in terms of juggles, starters, and stuff like that. I'm sure you can get a lot of cool stuff off of that. But again, when you lab Elena, like I was doing yesterday, like they're really good about making things look really strong, but then like they're really smart about how they make the opponent float, how long they make them float, the distances, etc., so that they really do limit what you can do with those things like raw, but after like drive rushes or on punish counters and stuff, like things change. It's really interesting. Now, clearly this is one of the longest range crouching medium kicks, right? Like this is ridiculous here. That's far. That's a far crouching medium kick. Wonder if it's a good anti-air. It might be a good anti-air. However, if he is standing, that will limit its quality as an anti-air. That's the problem. So if it is a standing attack, and this might be why it's a standing attack, is because if you jump and kick early, you're just gonna kick him in the head, right? You don't get to rise up with your arm into them. The only way they could make it a good anti-air is if they just give it upper body invulnerability to jumping attacks, which they might be willing to do, but I have a funny feeling it's gonna have to be one of those anticipatory ones, just so as an anti-air he doesn't get to beat you up, because Sagat has always had forward heavy kick as a really good anti-air as well, and I think we saw something like that later on. So crouching medium kick was not cancelable in some games. In other games it was. Like old Sagat could cancel it. New Sagat, if I remember correctly, cannot cancel it. I'm assuming by the range that it has over here that this is not a cancelable move. Yeah, he's had cancelable crouching medium kick in like 5 and 6 and stuff like that. But I mean 5 and 4. Did he have it in 4? I can't even remember anymore. But the thing about it is, in this game, if you have a crouching medium kick that reaches that far, it is not cancelable. Again, the farthest range cancelable crouching medium kick is Jury. There's no way they're making this cancelable. So I'm pretty sure Sagat's going to be missing a cancelable crouching medium kick, which is going to be, you know, one of those knocks against him. But I mean, like you could probably give him like 800 weaknesses and everyone's still going to play him because he looks so goddamn cool. But again, yeah, look in the background. You see all the people back there. Like you see that girl back there. Pretty sure that's a child, maybe. So, but yeah, and they don't show a cancel here. And then there's stand medium kick. God, one of his most infamous moves. And now it has a follow-up. So he has a stand medium kick. Ugh. And it knocks down too. Actually, hang on a second. Something interesting that I just popped into my head here. Come on, let's get into this here. So stand heavy punch here, pow, into a follow-up. Okay, so that follow-up looks like that, okay? It looks like a bison stand medium kick, all right? So, oops, we went too far. Okay, and then crouching medium kick, stand medium kick, stand medium. Oh no, it's a different animation. I was starting to wonder if like the follow up kick was the same follow up kick, you know, for all the buttons or something like that. But here we go, low sweep, definitely good range on that. Into overhead. Sagat got the overhead in which game did he get the overhead? Like, I don't think he had it in the alpha games. It might have been 4 that he actually got the overhead. I don't remember now. But they gave him the overhead back. Pow. But again, much more prominent elbow strike. Before, you know, you could tell it was just kind of an elbow, but it just felt like he just kind of dropped the elbow on you. This one, it looks like he's breaking your skull, because the follow through all the way down here is what's selling this move, right? Because originally he just kind of went and that was it. But like the fact that he swings all the way down makes it feel very painful. Now, jumping heavy punch, looking like it just slams you on the ground, which is interesting. Again, let's actually see if let me listen to the sound effect on this one. Yeah, that's a heavy punch. That's a heavy punch. So for sure, jumping fierce is actually a knockdown now. Oops. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. And then the throw. And where he does this thing here. And I don't know where I've seen that before, but it feels like something I've seen from a Tony Jaa movie. We haven't seen the standing heavy kick yet. We've only seen the standing medium kick so far. So we'll see the heavy kick a little bit later. So, oh, that knee right there, you think looks a little weird? I mean, I'm sure the way they animate, you know, they had to do it so it works against all characters. So he's definitely always had this forward light kick. And my assumption that it will be character cancelable, just like Honda's little stompy stomp. And then also, he's always just kind of had that since 4 to be able to empty cancel it. So before it kicks, you can just cancel it into an uppercut. I don't know if they're going to make it limited on what you can cancel it into, but apparently I'm guessing what this is showing is that on hit, it's plus. And again, emphasizing again in the background, lots of kids, lots of kids. So, oh, maybe one of the Bruce's throws? I'm not sure. But yeah, here he goes. And now we just see him throw the other direction, right? So it's this, he doesn't even actually do the knee when he does the back throw. And then this is just nice looking, like you hit a little slap and then, brah. And again, that tiger is ginormous, holy crap. Oh, I see, that's not necessarily a pot back there. Those are just logs. I thought there was like it might have been different. Anyways, so yeah, here we go. You see them firing there, and then here's Ryu's, and let's see, 1, 2, oh, you can't count it at all. Actually, if I do the slow-mo sound effects, I might be able to count it. Sorry. Oh, it was only 5. It was only 5. So that's not Denjin Shinku Hadoken. So they didn't let, that wasn't Sagat shooting it through the Denjin version. Because Ryu's Denjin Shinku Hadouken is 8 hits. Yeah, you hear 5 hits basically right there. So we don't have to freak out just yet about Sagat's Tiger Cannon here. It is clearly just going through the 5, so. And so what he does here, you go super, super, and then blah, 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 and then 1, 2, 3. So Sagat's regular super is going to be potentially 8 hits. So his Tiger Cannon might just be 8 hits. But it is pretty fast. I mean, look at it. Once it gets through, it's fast. fast. So, and then high tiger shot, smack him in the head, and then, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh God. Now, this is not new. Sagat going over projectiles with his tiger knee is not new. He's been able to do it before in older games, and especially in Street Fighter 2, it famously went over sonic booms a lot. So like guys that would sonic boom and chase their sonic boom, if they weren't ready, you could just tiger knee them in the face. So tiger knee going over sonic boom isn't anything new, right? So, I mean, I was like, oh, cool, they made it go over projectiles again. And then I saw all these people on social media like, oh my God, tiger knee goes through fire, it goes like it punished fireball. I was like, it's not that crazy. Like, it's not crazy, right? Because the thing is, like, look how early he's doing it. He did the knee before Ryu started the fireball, right? Like, we don't need to panic at all. We don't need to panic. Because if you look, like, Ryu is still getting hit here, and Sagat is clearly already starting the tiger knee, right? So it's not like you're gonna react to fireballs and make it over. It's definitely gonna require some anticipation. So Sagat level 1 is enough to break Rashid's tornado? Probably, because Rashid's tornado was how many hits? Was it 6 or was it 7? Because Sonic Hurricane trades with it, right? So it's 7, if I'm not mistaken, then. Yeah, it's 7 hits, but it resets the number of hits when he kicks it, right? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, okay, so, and then they gave him a jumping strong, and it's an elbow again. So before, when he did this attack, he would just jump up in the air and just stick his arm out and you would get hit. But now, see, the thing is, instead of making all of his punches follow through like this, they make all of his punches follow through like this, which is really cool because it looks way more Muay Thai than his original attacks were. He's had a jumping strong that's knocked down like this before. It wasn't 2 hits before, but apparently it's 2 hits now. And of course he gets a juggle off of that, which is crazy. Hello, Tone, what's going on? Thank you for following the channel. And then pow. So this is what I'm talking about here. So, you know, we were talking about his crouching heavy punch as an anti-air, but this move looks like it might still just work wonders as an anti-air. So this is his standing heavy kick most likely. And the reason why it's going to work better than the back heavy punch or forward heavy punch, whatever we're assuming it is because it does that thing where it extends out like this, right? Now, Ryu, the thing about this is there's going to be a little deception here, I think. I'm not sure. Because obviously this knocks down here and he gets to do this crazy charge tiger uppercut, which I have no idea, like, what, until we read the blog a little bit about this. But I think what happens is that if you actually look at this very carefully, Jasmine, please don't mess up my computer. Ryu starts a Tatsu. See this? He starts a Tatsu, right? And when you get hit by normals out of your Tatsu, Jasmine, what are you doing? Jasmine, what have you done? No, what are you doing? Hang on a second, guys. Must try to fix what Jasmine did. Oh, did you change? God, I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it reorders the controllers on its own like that. It's so weird. But there's like something about that that does that. Like, she hits certain buttons that just makes that happen. It's so weird. Let's do this here. Let's just do, say, a Kimberly, okay? Because she has kind of a move. Hi, Jasmine. Jasmine's licking my hand now because she wants some food. So let me see something here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is set up this like so. That's the one I think I want over here. So there we go. So I have this over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record Ryu. Oops, record. Jasmine, what are you doing? Jasmine, She keeps stepping on the buttons that change which controller is live. So if Ryu does a Tatsu like this, you see that it's a forced knockdown, right? So normally, if Ryu jumps, this move doesn't knock down, right? Even this move doesn't knock down. But if you actually set Ryu to do a Tatsu, it becomes a forced knockdown situation. So yes, now it actually knocks down. So they might have just hid that in there in the trailer to make you go like, oh my God, look at this crazy thing. But like, it's because Ryu is actually just, is performing the Tatsu. So this might not normally be a knockdown. Now, that doesn't mean that this combo isn't gonna happen, because if you can get a launch into a drive rush cancel or something into heavy kick, then the heavy kick will knock down. Or if you see them jump up and you just drive rush heavy kick them out of the air, this combo will absolutely work, right? Because that will be a knockdown as well, because all normals during drive rush counts as knockdown. So you get the knockdown over here, and then he has this crazy charged tiger uppercut. And I don't know if this is something like, is he gonna have Angry Scar or whatever like that? We'll find out soon from the blog. But he gets this crazy DP in which he has a follow-up in which he knees you in the chest. And not only that, but he gets a wall bounce? Oh, but it's a jury wall bounce. Okay, it's a jury level 1 wall bounce. You can see Ryu is falling straight down, right? And so he's not bouncing off the wall, he's hitting the wall and falling straight down, which is what happens in Jury's level 1 super. And so she never can really get a juggle off of this, right? And so we're seeing a situation here where like Sagat looks like he's still recovering. I mean, he's crouching because he just disappeared off the screen, right? So yeah, maybe a level 1 follow-up will work, perhaps. Maybe in the corner it's different, but remember, and again, this is just because I've played fighting games for so long, moves like this, when they're done at the corner, so the thing about it is, if you see this, right, all this time right here is time that, you know, you get to that Sagat is recovering, right? So after Ryu flies off of his knee, wow, he just disappeared. So all this time here, right? So he might slam into the wall instantly right here if you're at the wall. But since he's not at the wall, you're getting like an extra like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 frames, and then he finally hits the wall, right? 15 or 16 frames. So it might look like you can juggle him, but if you're in the corner, he might just hit it so fast that you don't have the time to juggle. That's what I'm going to assume. So they probably want to make it so that you can't juggle after this, but it is just cool because you launch him a screen away and you get to go back to zoning, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that is a standing light kick, very famous button here. But wait, did he cancel a standing light kick? He did. So he has this crazy Jinrai move now, apparently. Here we go into pow. And now he has an overhead out of it. So apparently he has a special move that's very Jinrai-like, and we're gonna have to see how this move functions, right? Because I'm curious. There's his crouching heavy punch. It could be his crouching strong. Let's take a listen to it. That's strong. That's crouching strong. Okay, so that's crouching strong. So crouching strong obviously can't, because crouching heavy punch was cancelable. I think we would all be crying. So let's see here. Crouching heavy punch into this tiger knee move here. Pow. I mean, it's kind of like his V trigger 2, right? It's something similar to V trigger 2 or something like that. No, it's not. This is probably fireball plus kick. If I'm not mistaken, in the blog, I don't think he has quarter circle forward plus kick for fireballs anymore. I think they said that the low tiger is just with light punch or something like that. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the blog. So obviously he has a straight kick that goes for a launch. I'm assuming that maybe the overhead is punishable. This is probably like a Tekken thing, that this follow-up here is probably really safe on block, but you can crouch under it. He might have a low option or something like this, but oh my God, he just punished, countered the standing kick, and then did another thing. Oh, interesting. Wait, what the hell follow-up was that? So he does this knee attack, and now he just does this. So he can just hit you twice with the same knee, and then cancel into a third one that launches you, and he can actually hit you with the standing heavy kick and still get a juggle. Oh my God. How does this work? This is crazy. Like, yeah, that's just grounded right here. And again, like, it's a punish counter off the heavy punch, so this is just normally a connect right here. I mean, he could have different versions of startup that have different versions of follow-up, like Ken's Jinrai, and maybe this particular version over here is the heavy one and only combos off of big, heavy buttons. Oh yeah, his knee is on fire, isn't it? Yeah, you're right, his knee is on fire. Okay, so he might have an angry scar thing, and maybe that's what makes it so that he could charge his DP and all that stuff like that. He might just have a mechanic where he can just power himself up and his special moves become stronger. Ugh. And so here's the crazy thing, because obviously we see 4 different follow-ups to his level 2, right? This one he just freaking kicks you in the face and then does the Tiger Raid, a classic super for him. Now, what I'm guessing here is that he's going to have 4 different enders, and they're all going to serve different purposes. I think this Tiger Raid one is the damage ender, right? So he does a lot of damage, and then I'm assuming that you probably get no Oki after it. How much you want to bet that after he kicks you, you just fly away, and you know you're basically just gone at that point, right? Like no Oki, but that's the I want to get you away from me. It does damage, and now I can zone you kind of thing. So that's what I think that is. Oh, thank you for the sub, Gun Griffin X. And by the way, yes, this wind pose is the sickest thing ever. And yes, it is based off of an old drawing, an old piece of art that is very, very infamous here. It was one of the hyper fighting drawings, I think it was. Where am I? Where am I? Here we are. So I retweeted this. Yeah, this right here. So again, they continue to cull references from Street Fighter lore and, you know, past stuff over here. Yeah, this is either a World Warrior or a hyper fighting drawing here. I think this is a hyper fighting drawing, Shin Ultima, because oh no, wait. It's hard to say if his pants are blue or if they're white, and we're not going to go into this conversation here. So this, if it is blue, then it was probably classic. If it's white, then it is the hyper fighting drawing. But I mean, the way it looks might be just a Street Fighter 2 classic drawing. But the fact that they referenced it and brought it back, and again, I mean, I think this is just like one of the sickest win poses ever, dude. Like this win pose is actually sick. Oh, did I have it open already? I did. Weird. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it just looks so cool when he does this. And he's just balancing on his toes, no problem, dude. Nakayama-san and Matsumoto, honestly, both of them are really good at this. And does he have a different intro based off of his costume? That's kind of crazy. Because we saw him break it's almost like, okay, I am old Sagat, so like I am angry and all this stuff. The other one is Serenity Sagat, you know, kind of a thing. So there's this drive rush heavy kick into, whoa, okay, so, oh, that's drive rush. That might be forward heavy kick. He might actually have a forward heavy kick and a regular heavy kick, right? So this one, because it has a little bit more startup, maybe this is the one that you want to combo into all the other stuff through juggles. But that's forward heavy kick, I believe, because this one is just standing heavy kick because it hits twice. And you can see it's not like, look at the forward heavy kick, like he's swinging the whole time, and then he hits with this, and like, yeah, you can see the poses are different. So I think that's forward heavy kick into regular heavy kick, but the regular heavy kick is cancelable? Regular heavy kick is cancelable? Holy crap, that's messed up. And here's the OD version of that, which launches. Now, we did see again that he had the flaming elbows. So I just try to see something here. Does he have any evidence that, so it looks kind of like his elbow? No, that's just his clothes. That's not, oh, that's right. I also wanted to mention something about this wind pose too. Good job on the physics engine here, because I noticed like after he kicks and stops for a while, like on the leg that's raised up, you can see the gravity actually pull the pants down a little bit. And I just thought that was like a really neat kind of touch, right? Because it feels more organic, it feels more alive like this. But yeah, so drive rush forward heavy kick into standing heavy kick, canceled into OD Jinrai thing, and then he just goes for the DP afterwards and gets the juggle. And then there's the low tiger shot, and Bison tries to go through it, but you can see Sagat's low tiger recovering pretty decently quick. Yeah, there you go. I mean, again, Bison did that really late. Okay, so there's that crouching strong again, and he has a target combo off of crouching strong? What the hell? He elbows you on the top of the head afterwards, so his crouching strong has a follow-up. Bro, and it's cancelable. So he does cancelable OD tiger knee. Oh, dang. I've never seen that before. He's never done that before. Like, he's always come up and hit you with this knee, and then that was the end. But now, look, he kicks you away one last time. See, like, it doesn't really hit. Oh, is it just like active until on the way down? So you can use it to get in on people? Like, drop on them with your tiger knees so that you're plus frames or something like that? Like at the right distance? Interesting. That might be the case. But I love the fact that he uses the tiger knee as a traversal tool. I love using special moves as movement tools. I don't know why, like me and Madge from a long time ago, we always used to talk about how much we love using special moves and stuff just for moving. And then neutral jump, yeah, you got baited, pow, drops on you again with the elbow. It's such a sick looking move. Again, like, if you are a fan of Muay Thai, like, you should just be happy, because Sagat looks more Muay Thai than he's ever looked before in his life, dude. It's so cool. And then, oh, that's gotta be crouching heavy punch. That's our friend, the crouching heavy punch. And it looks really good too, by the way. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that sounded like the fierce. Yeah, that was definitely the fierce sound effect. Okay. All right, here we go. Continue forward. And then what he does is he cancels that into OD Tiger Shot into level 2. And then pow. And then here's this. And now we get a different follow-up. This one, he just batters you to the floor. Bam! Elbow to the head. But see, notice how, look at the Oki situation there. And this is what I'm talking about. So I'm thinking that this ender here, this ender here gives you Oki. So what I'm assuming is that the Tiger Raid ender will do more damage, but this one will leave the opponent close. So in other words, if you're fighting a character that can be zoned, you might do the Tiger Raid ender and launch them across the screen. If you're fighting a character who's really good against projectiles, maybe you'll do this ender so that you actually keep him next to you, and that way you can keep the pressure going. Because really the question is how good of a zoner is Sagat going to be? I really hope he is a good zoner, but we really don't know. I'm assuming that maybe they do the same damage, and maybe the difference is, do I want to push him a screen away, or do I want to keep him here next to me, right? Like, if you're in the corner, you would probably combo in the Tiger Raid if it does launch him across the screen, because you'll build more space and be able to get out of the corner. But, if you have the opponent pressured or whatever like that, and, you're mid-screen and you land this, you might want to do this version, this follow-up, to keep them close. And then, again, I believe this is a forced knockdown situation, because if that jumping kick, which I'm assuming is jumping medium kick, because that looks like that, oh, it might not be the head stomp. I don't know which move that is that Bison's doing. Is that just his jumping heavy punch? So if that's just his jumping heavy punch, what it might mean is that this jumping medium kick might knock down on counter hit, and maybe not normal hit, or maybe jump medium kick just knocks down because it aims so high up, right? So, cross up light kick, medium punch, crouching light punch, OD tiger shot looks like, and then that button? Dude. Like, punishing that, and, it looks like Bison's light scissor kick. Of course, Bison's light scissor kick is the most punishable. It's punishable. It's -6, I think it is. Let me take a look here. I believe it's -6. Just to make sure. -5. Okay, so it's actually -5. But that is even crazier, because that is a freaking far range standing light punch. And he's really tall, so it's going to be farther than we actually think it is. So this is actually -5 here. And so he actually hits him with a 5-frame light punch from pretty far. Right? And again, the other scissor kicks have better frame data, so it's got to be 5 frames at least, right? So here we go. And then dry rush cancel into crouching strong. Now, this is not normally going to combo. It's only comboing here because it's a punish counter. But I really doubt stand light punch will combo into crouching strong normally. And then he goes into the I guess someone said it's called the Tiger Nexus? What the hell? Why did my stream thing disconnect? Okay. Here we go. But interestingly enough, he only does 1 hit of it, and then he stops. Like, oh, I see. No, he doesn't stop. He cancels into the level 2, and here's another ender. He knees you, and then he knees you again. Does he get you in the groin? Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus, Bison's not going to have kids anymore. Not that he probably could ever have kids, but this is the side switch ender, right? So who knows, maybe that one does significantly less damage because it has the side switching capability. And that's usually a lot of the sacrifice, right? If you get to switch sides, you lose damage, because again, he only hits him like a couple of times there. Whereas a lot of the other things we saw, like when the pounding, when he was like pow, 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 and the Tiger Raid hit multiple times. So I'm assuming the one where he switches sides is probably going to do less damage. Oh, God. Okay. That's just a stand. What is this move? It's the Jinrai thing again. Oh, I see. He does that into the overhead that we saw. Okay. So the Jinrai kick over here, pow, like this, right? There we go, into the overhead. So it looks like on counter hit, because again, if you're drive rushing, it's just counter hit, and it looks like it launches on counter hit, and then this thing causes a ground bounce. A lot of the moves in this game, when axe kicks and stuff like that, most of them cause ground bounces now on juggles. And here we go, back into the level 2. And so this ender is the Jamie ender. So this probably does very little damage, but you can do stuff afterwards, like drive rush. and he does drive rush, back heavy punch, forward heavy punch, whatever this is. Dude, I gotta not build this into my brain because it 100% looks like a back heavy punch to me. And if it turns out to be a forward heavy punch, like I'm gonna be wrecked if I ever try to use this character. Pow, drive rush into that heavy punch, launch into Odie Tiger, and look at him hitting the trails of it. Odie Tiger into level 1. So this is a level 1 and a level 2. So obviously the juggle on this one isn't gonna do, the launch isn't gonna do as much damage, but if you have a crap ton of resources and you're willing to go for it, apparently you can tack on more damage, and maybe this does more than the level 3 total or something like this, or you just wanna go for a route that you spend level 2 and then you see if they're dead, and if they're not, then you can tack on extra hits, and if you need to use the level 1, which is always a nice thing to have, right? If you're in that ambiguous level where you're not sure if a level 2 or a level 3 is gonna kill, but you have the option to do the level 2 and then a level 1, it's kind of nice. So, but yeah. One thing to note about, oh, interesting. Those are 2 different OD Tiger shots. Oh no, they're the same. They're the same. Okay, okay. I thought they were different. I thought he was higher on one of them and leaning down on the other one. We didn't see any Karis stuff so far, Chad Mushroom. I am assuming that his forward light kick or step kick or whatever it is might have it. Yeah, that happened somewhere else too. That happened on my thing over here as well. I just have to log into it. It's just all it is. So give me a second here. There we go. And the font is too small because I have it a different size somewhere else. So I have to grow it here. Make my font grow. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, okay. And then the super. But what's interesting about that is because of the way that these tiger shots look here, because he leans down when he does these tiger shots, I think it's, oh, I'm so happy they made him slim again. I've always been angry what they did to Sagat since Alpha 1, where they just made him like really wide for no reason. But like Muay Thai fighters are supposed to be slim, like they're supposed to be lanky. And so Sagat always looked really stupid being super beefy because it was just like, I'm going to try to kick you. And he's just gonna fall over, right? Especially because he's like 10 foot, 700 inches, right? Like, you don't fight kickboxing like that by being super muscular, man. Yeah, I hated beefy bison too. I hated fat bison, but those all happened because of the anime, right? Because that's how they drew him in the anime. And so in those games they made, I mean, bison just looks like a block of like, he just looks like a block of like tofu moving back and forth, I swear, in the alpha games. And I never liked it, you know? But again, because of the way he leans on those OD Tiger shots, I'm betting you cannot crouch under these, right? So if he throws these, they're probably gonna be low enough that if you crouch, it doesn't go over your head. Same thing with the super, because you can see the super is very much, you know, a low to the ground over here. Oh, 8 hits? Let's see. Well, I mean, yeah, I think we determined that, right? Because it clashed with 5 of Ryu's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, And then, of course, Sagat's talking, dude. Look at him. During the time freeze, Sagat's talking. Look at him. I will kill you. Pow. Bam. Elbow strike again. And then there's that heavy kick. Again, cancelable. Into this thing that launches again, drive rush, back heavy punch or whatever that is, into a knee, and he still can get the tiger uppercut into the launch. Dude. And then into the super, which is interesting too, because if I'm not mistaken, none of Elena's DPs cancel into her super. I think all of her DPs do not cancel into super. So Elena doesn't get this kind of benefit here. I'm just checking right here. Yeah, none of them can be canceled into super. But Sagat gets it. He's able to do it like Ryu and Ken, which makes sense. And then he just goes into pure rage mode, right? Pow! And then look at him. And he's got the tiger in the background and everything. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but when they switched over to the classic costume, you can see the background changes, right? Now it looks like what we saw in the season 3 roster reveal over here. So we see this and pow, tiger, raid, boom. And then as soon as we come into this next one over here, oh God, they changed it during the victory. Huh. No. He lost his eye a long time ago for us. He lost, oh, look at the tiger. The tiger's so happy. The tiger's so happy. Tiger's like, dinner. Yay, dinner! Oh my God, that tiger's so cute. I want to hug the tiger. Holy crap. But he's always had an eye patch. Lore is that Dan Hibiki's father basically injured his eye so that it can't be used anymore, which is why Sagat kills him. And that's why Dan Hibiki wants revenge. And so, yeah, so you can see the sky clearly less foggy. It doesn't have that weird yellow, like there's something about that yellow background that makes me feel like groggy or like woozy. And like I just woke up and I'm like, where am I kind of thing. I don't know why it gives me that feeling, but this one feels more calm and serene here. Yeah. But yeah, so you can see the background clearly looking very different here. Here we go. Yeah, but I think Sagat can handle a pet tiger more than Mike Tyson can, so. Mike Tyson can't even handle a talking dove, dude. I mean, seriously. Here we go, and then he goes into the level 3. Talking pigeon, I'm sorry, pigeon. And then this is just, fuck, dude, like, do we have to see this against every character? Like, kicks you in the leg, kicks you in the same spot, and then breaks your leg. Are we gonna have to actually, like, this is gonna be brutal. Like, I don't want to, like, see everybody get their leg, bro. Dude, look at the vibrations on, like, Bison's clothes afterwards. Look at the vibrations. It's like the waves are there, and yeah, like, literally, he's like, ugh, you may have broken my leg, but I can still fight. Oh, God. And then, like, freaking elbows to the head. So like I said, Tony Jaa obviously has the famous elbows to the head this way, but they have really doubled down on Sagat having the elbow hits downward like this, the full swinging elbow. And God, you love to see this shit, man. Like, again, he looks so much more Muay Thai than ever, basically. It's just so good. You have one working leg and 0 working reproductive organs, yeah. He's just taking you out little by little. And then after the fight's done and like all your limbs are broken and everything, you'll just be like, all right then, we'll call it a draw. And then pow, and then very Ryu-like. Oh, dude, if he does this to Ryu, you could recreate the Alpha 2 picture. You could recreate the Alpha 2 picture and just put Ryu down there, and there you go. And then Tiger uppercuts you. Now, it's interesting because that ending is, you know, it's cool, and Sagat looks angry and like everything. It looks crazy. What does that say in the background? Does that even say anything? Or is that just wow kind of thing? You know, like, I think it's just effects. But I'm really curious what his critical art is going to look like. Unless that is his critical art. And then, yeah, he's fakes smashing. Did Bison always have all those veins on his face? Scars on his face? Probably, yeah. Yeah, there we go. And then he does the JP where he's like, no, I do not kill anymore. Oh, dude, did you see the sweat drip off of his face? Yeah, you see it off of his nose, right? You see the sweat drip off his nose? Dude, that's a really good effect. That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm curious if there's any randomization to that element right there. That's actually really neat. Again, I love stupid little things like that. You know, I love things like that. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of that thing, right? This is the new Sagat. Like in the past, he would have just killed him, and he's like, no, I do not kill anymore. But you will never defeat me. As he stares down upon you, and your wrecked, no longer reproducing and broken leg corpse. Yeah, so, I mean, if this is what we've got in store for season 3, look, all I'm gonna tell you is, like, I already kind of have high hopes for Viper. I really want Alex to have, you know, revenge for Street Fighter V. And I feel like that might be one of the main reasons they're putting him in this game, because they're like, fuck, we messed him up in 5. Like, he does not look good in 5. Let's just bring him back so we can actually return him to his former glory. And so, like, I am so excited how Alex is going to look. I hope he looks amazing. I hope he looks amazing. Yes, I hope they put his legs the right way. I hope when he takes off the beanie, he doesn't have French fries for hair, etc., etc. So I'm happy for Viper because she deserves it. And she's kind of in that same situation that Jury is, right? And that's why in World Tour they've become best friends, is that, if I'm not mistaken, like, Viper really, like, she was out there to defeat Sin, right? Like, that was her whole goal. But after Street Fighter 4, Sin is done. And so, and Jury's storyline, you know, she was working for Sin and all that's done. And so Jury basically has nothing to do with her life anymore. So she's just going around putting spiders in Ryu's sleeping bag. And I think, you know, Viper's just kind of doing the same. So I think they're both just having, you know, good time, Thelma Louise style. And so I'm really interested to see how they make Viper work here. I mean, honestly, with how good Sagat looks, there is some hope. Oh, dude, Yamisaru? I like how you think. That would actually be the best thing ever. That would be the best thing ever. Well, she was a CIA agent, but, like, it was weird and ambiguous that because she had her own ulterior motives and stuff. But if his burnout animation, they make his legs go backwards, like seriously, like, chef's kiss, like, can I just take that from you and tweet it? Because, like, I need to put that into the world to make it so that if they haven't done that, maybe they will. Maybe they will, because I think that's just genius. I think that is something that definitely needs to happen, so. Oh, man. That'd be so amazing. Oh, God. Okay. And there we go. So that's this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the blog, shall we? Okay, so, and actually, like a good streamer, I actually brought it up already. No, it's so, that's the thing, Yamisaru. It's genius. That's why it's so chef's kiss, because the burnouts are always references to old stances. And if they actually intentionally reference the backwards leg stance, which everybody has complained about, because he's in burnout, which means you're supposed to be weak and useless, like, that's just genius. That's like making Dan kill his infinite by having a random chance to throw a more powerful fireball, right? Like, those are those kind of genius things that you're just like, bro, like this is sort of those, like, show the gif of, like, Leonardo or somebody, you know, just being like, you know, well done kind of thing. So I think Ryu's was like that way, but most of the old Street Fighter 2 characters go into their old Street Fighter 2 stance. Again, just like really creative things they do. And like one of my other favorite things too, I don't even know if anybody has made a YouTube video of this, but maybe I'll do it myself. But when you're burned out and you recover from burnout, you have a different animation for standing and crouching. Like, it's really cool. Like, again, they just do the sickest things in this game. I swear to God, like, they just do the coolest things. Let me see, for example here, if I go over here, and I show you guys this page over here, like this, like Elena, like if I stand and do this, she'll do like a, oh, she doesn't do anything. She actually doesn't have an animation. That's really interesting. Okay. I wonder if it's because she's one of the newer characters. Oh, but she has a crouching one. See? See? Look at that. Look at that. That was so cool. Somebody look up to see if anybody has a video like that. Because if not, I'm going to do it. Because those videos always do really well on YouTube for some reason. Let me also do this so you can hear it as well.
I'm ready for more.
Oh, there it is. Why didn't she trigger that last time? I don't know why she didn't trigger that last time. That's so weird.
I'm ready.
Wait a second. Why does she sound so different between the two?
I'm ready for more.
Oh, I guess it is the same. Okay, okay. Yeah, but the fact that they actually have two different animations is just really funny, dude. Like, just like little subtle details like that in this game are so cool. It's just so cool. I love that. I love that. So, yeah, basically, I mean, I know why they do well, but like, you know. Anyways, back to life, back to reality. Here we go. All right. Sagat roars into Street Fighter 6 on August 5th. The Emperor has returned, and he demands an audience with you adoring pest fans. They're doing that a lot with him. So again, leading credence to the theory that he's trying really hard to be a good person now, right? Because even on the tweet, they wrote like, you know, wretches, fans of the, you know, like, it's interesting that they keep doing this. Sagat will make his public appearance in Street Fighter 6 on August 5th as the first character from I'm not going to do that. I'm going to kill my throat. From year 3, heed his summons as they come with a helping of uppercuts, knees, and fireballs. All right, first appearing in the original Street Fighter as the main antagonist before becoming playable in Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Sagat has returned to the mountains to live out his days in peace with his tiger, Willamau. Mao? That's probably just how you say cat in Thai, I would imagine. Because in Chinese, you know, cat is Mao, which I'm sure is probably just, you know, based off of their sound that they make. That is until M. Bison returns with only the feeling that Sagat used to obey him. Oh, dang. Okay, so this is actually part of the story. So Sagat returns with only... Oh, that is until M. Bison returns with only the feeling that Sagat used to obey him. So, oh, I see. So Sagat doesn't realize that he's left. Like, he's going back to recruit Sagat because Bison has that amnesia. And Bison then finds Sagat, hoping to goad the Emperor into serving him once again. Into goading him once again. And so, yeah, here's the concept art. And again, I love that this is a thing now that all companies do. You know, obviously you see Street Fighter do this all the time, and you see Fatal Fury doing this. They always put out these character sheets with the details, and they'll show you like their little like necklaces and pendants and detail and all this stuff, and the front and the back, because this is actually super, super, super important for cosplayers and for artists to be able to have this kind of reference sheet like this. Like, it's like to publicly put out reference sheets like this is actually such a cool, like, modern day, like, throwing a bone to the people who love your stuff, right? You know, again, like, do all the artists in the artist alley, could they all be sued and given cease and desist not to draw Capcom or SNK characters and sell them for money? Yes, they absolutely can. But these companies realize how beneficial having those fans are and having people who continue to draw art and appreciate their characters and stuff. So obviously they're never gonna do anything because they like it, and stuff like this actually works to support it, right? So again, I love this kind of thing. I love this kind of thing. And it's like one of those things that you don't actually think about a lot, right? Like you don't think about, but you know, it is a big deal. It's a big deal. So do it again. Peasants, fans who are familiar with Sagat's playstyle will feel comfortable with his Street Fighter 6 iteration with his long reach and dazzling array of fireballs. This is interesting. This is implying that he can zone. Again, it's a very tough situation because of drive parry, but we'll see, we'll see. His time spent away from any evil influences have opened up a few new abilities to cater any battle to his liking. Interesting. His time spent away from any evil influence. So I'm good. So I'm glad. Like, so what I kind of wanted to see happen with Sagat lore, because the game's kind of hinted at it a little bit, is something that they're doing. So that's really cool. That is really cool. Starting off with the iconic high tiger shot, where Sagat fires a key blast directly forward using a fireball motion with medium or heavy. So again, like I was saying earlier, this is what I heard. High tiger shot can only be done with medium or heavy punch. This fireball can only hit standing opponents and is fired at different speeds depending on the button pressed. The OD version of this move can hit crouching opponents and is plus on block. Low tiger shot fires a key blast using a fireball motion with light punch and can hit crouching opponents. Use both fireballs to keep insects opponents guessing. So yeah, so again, they've changed it so that he has and again, Mage, like I get it. Like I get why you'd be frustrated by that because it doesn't feel the same. But busy casual, it's not that weird though. As soon as I say one thing, you guys are gonna be like, oh fuck, of course. Just modern controls. That's it, right? Bison, quarter circle forward motion for scissor kick, probably because of modern controls. So that way Psycho Crusher and scissor kick could be two different inputs. And so with modern controls, by tying them all to the punches, now you will have access to all three tiger shots in modern controls, right? You could probably just do quarter circle forward and hit the three different buttons to manually throw the tiger shots at all the different heights and speeds and stuff. So if they made them both quarter circle forward punches and kicks, one of them would get, erased. You can't put it. So I believe that's probably why they did this. So, that makes sense, though I don't really know anything about modern controls. That's fair. So modern controls, because there's only three attack buttons, light, medium, and heavy, there's no distinction between punch and kicks. And so a lot of times when characters have multiple, like a quarter circle forward with punch and a quarter circle forward with kick, if you do quarter circle forward with button, they have to pick one special move over the other one, right? So for example, with Ken, if I'm not mistaken, he just gets the Jinrais, right? I don't even think he gets the fireballs on modern controls. Let's see here. I can find out for you guys right now. So normally, it's loud. Hang on a second. Stop it. I can't click where I want to. So normally, if you just do, for example, press the special move button, he just throws a medium fireball, I believe it is, right? If you hold forward in special, uppercut, down in special, Jinrai, back in special, he does that. But you only have three attack buttons here. So I do quarter circle forward plus button, he's gotta pick one of the special moves. So you can do some special moves manually here, but this means that Ken can only do this one speed of fireball with the special button. Because quarter circle forward, they decided to give it to his Jinrai because the different varieties of Jinrai is really important to Ken. And so with Sagat, if you actually made it so that he had two different fireball motions for high and low tiger, would you make it so that the special move only throws the low one and then the high ones you can change? You can do with the motion? Or so what I'm guessing is they put it all in one set so that in modern controls you will have access to all three fireballs. So okay. Yeah, I mean, again, like, I don't think it's that they don't care. Like, I don't see that as they don't care. It feels like to me is that they care a lot about modern controls and want to keep it legit. Because honestly, if Sagat couldn't throw both high and low tigers at like different speeds and stuff like that, like, I feel like he's gonna be like modern Sagat will be basically useless. So, I mean, that's just design philosophy. A lot of people are going to agree with you. Modern's limitations shouldn't affect a classic character's build. But it is clear that Capcom is trying very hard to make modern controls work. And can we deny that modern controls haven't been instrumental in making Street Fighter VI so popular in Japan? Because all of the VTubers in Japan for the Raccoon Cup and all that stuff like that, a lot of them were using modern controls. A lot of people we even got Tyler 1 playing Street Fighter because of modern controls, right? So, like, people always have to remember that at the end of the day, this is still a product, and they still need to sell, and the more they sell, it actually helps us all in the end, right? It does help us all in the end. And so, when you're designing a fighting game like this, it's rough because, like, as a developer, in order to make it so that, they've done such a good job with this already too, making sure that, like, it's different and all this stuff, but, like, if you actually only cater to hardcore fans, like, the game's not going to succeed, man. It's just not going to happen. Again, in the end, it's a product, and I'm not happy with it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that, it's going to be on two separate buttons, but if in the end he still plays fine, then whatever, right? Then whatever. Like, let's go. Let's just go, right? And, some people will be saying, well, why don't you just make it so that in modern controls, you can, when you just do quarter circle forward plus light punch, he just does the low tiger, and then the other ones are high tiger or whatever, blah. But it also affects World Tour, because every character, when you're building up your avatar, you could only have one quarter circle forward slot. So in other words, you can't mix Kimberly Vagabond, like no World Tour character can have Kimberly's Vagabond Edge and Ryu's Fireball at the same time. You only get one slot for quarter circle forward. So if you made a World Tour character and High Tiger and Low Tiger were considered two separate special moves, you wouldn't be able to have both of them, right? And so there's concessions to World Tour, there's concessions to Modern, etc., etc. It isn't ideal. It isn't. But again, like, I don't think it's fair to say that they don't care, right? Clearly they care a lot, and they are trying their goddamn best to get as many people to play these fighting games as they can. And they're willing to have people be mad and then maybe play it and find out, oh, this isn't so bad, right? So, because, honestly, Sagat not having slow and fast low tiger shots is huge, because that was such a big deal, because Sagat's fast and slow fireballs, the gap between those two were massive in a lot of old games. And so the fact that he doesn't have that is very odd. And so, yeah, for sure, I can see a lot of people being mad about this and maybe like, well, forget this character. I'm not playing him anymore. But, like, let's wait till he comes out and just see how it goes. just see how it goes, honestly. So, Guile slow sonic boom is super important. The iconic tiger uppercut returns as a powerful anti-air attack. This time, if you hold down on the heavy version, the attack will be stronger, resulting in an animation without sending opponents fly. So he has Cammy's heavy DP. So, so he has the ability to charge that just like Cammy. Sagat uses Tiger Knee Crush to leap forward and catch worthless dimwits opponents off guard. The distance Sagat leaps depends on the button pressed. Hitting with the very tip of the knee makes this move plus on block. The OD version will allow for further attacks if the opponent is hit against the wall. Okay, I guess that little follow-up kick or something like that either launches them higher or maybe they wall splat or something like that. So, interesting. Behold the Tiger Nexus, a brand new attack where Sagat strikes with his knee, which can be followed up with 3 different kicks. Okay, all right. What's going on with Monster Hunter Wilds? I don't know anything about it. I've heard rumblings that people are having problems with it. What is it? What is it that's happening with that game? I actually don't even know. Yeah, so that's what I thought, right? This was his V trigger. It was very similar to his V trigger. The first is Mighty Tiger, an overhead that hits crouching opponents. I gotta wonder if you can hit this meaty enough so that you are plus and can combo. Oh, remember what I said about this? Remember? Oh, I was exactly right. My guess was exactly right. The second is Greedy Tiger, which makes Sagat plus on block. This move does miss crouching opponents, though. So yeah, so it's like a Tekken move, right? It's safe on block, but if you know, you can crouch it and block it. So what's going to be interesting is if the timing on this and the animation of this, you know, if the timing and the animation on these are very similar, that would make this a really interesting thing, right? Because if he kind of goes kick and then you see the follow-up kick start up and you stand up and he turns out he did this, he gets plus frames. But if you stay crouching, he hits you with this. If it's a fuzzyable situation, it'll be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we could probably do a comparison on the video later on. Finally, Nova Tiger hits both standing and crouching opponents and launches enemies into the air. It's also plus on block. However, light and medium Tiger Nexus will not combo into Nova Tiger. So again, look, you can tell, I get how they're designing these games. Remember I said, like, it probably will only, like, it's gotta be, maybe you have to do the heavy Tiger Nexus or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was right. You have to do the heavy one in order to be able to get the launch, so it only combos off of maybe drive rush mediums and standing heavy punches and stuff like that. So you just can't get the launch randomly anywhere, but you can obviously use this for no damage and to put the enemy into block on purpose and be plus. Now, the question is, does this push you too far away so that you can't throw? And this one leaves you at a range at which you can throw. So it is worth it to do this one, etc., etc. We'll have to see how all of that stuff plays out, but they're definitely going to do things that way. I mean, again, I think the reason why they're making it plus on block is because the light and medium ones won't combo into the Nova Tiger. So, like, it's kind of one of those things that if you block the first hit of or get hit by the Nova Tiger, you would just mash DP, you know, kind of thing. So it's just, it's like very rarely going to work. But like, if you can actually use it to like steal some turns, cause it's, I guess they're just trying to make sure there's a reason to use it in a way. So Monster Hunter Wilds has been a performance laggard that has brought monster video cards like the RTX 490 to their knees, and the game's graphics are not good enough to justify making those video cards weep, unlike Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Interesting. So their graphics it's just not optimized then. Interesting. Do they actually use the RE engine for Monster Hunter Wilds? Is that RE engine as well? Sagat's level 1 super art, Tiger Cannon, Tiger Chow. That was a Street Fighter EX, I think it was, where he had this one-hit tiger shot that just went clear across the screen, and it always he says like Tiger Shot or something like that, but it always sounds like Tiger Chow. So it's like, you know, it's the food that he feeds his tiger. Tiger Chow, Tiger Chow. No, he only has the medium one. He only has the medium one, as you can see here. Tiger Cannon fires a mighty tiger shot, which can hit opponents after you land an OD tiger shot or a Tiger Nova. Oh yeah, because that's a launch, of course. Sagat's level 2 super art, Savage Tiger, will put the Emperor in favorable positions depending on the fight and is invincible on startup. Oh, okay. They didn't say anything about invincibilities for Tiger Chow, so maybe this actually has no invincibility. So maybe he doesn't have a level 1 invincible super. Interesting. Okay, so first up is Tiger Raid, which has the highest damage of all the options. Again, I promise you I didn't read this ahead of time. I'm just good at this shit, okay? Hire me to make your fighting games. So yeah, it's the highest damage option. Second is Savage Tiger Zenith, which launches the opponent in the air and can be followed up with more attacks. Third is Savage Tiger Pendulum, which allows Sagat to switch places with his opponent. And then finally there's Savage Tiger Stomp. I mean, it's not really stomping you, but then again, I guess tigers only have feet. So I guess that makes sense. Which leaves Sagat closest to the useless enemy, allowing for better Oki, which is exactly what I said. There you go. Sagat's level 3 super art, Tiger Vanquisher, unleashes all of his power in a series of devastating kicks and a beastly uppercut. Oof. Yeah, there we go. For nostalgic fans, Sagat's outfit 2 is how he originally looked in Street Fighter 2, where he dons the Muay Thai shorts. Get this outfit in World Tour by maxing out your bond with Sagat or with fighter coins. I'm assuming the version is going to be do nothing, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch. Like, if I was designing a way to make it so that you had to pick 4, because again, that works in modern, and that also works in, for World Tour, or you do it and you hold a direction, neutral, back, forward, down, something like that, right? Knowing how they did Juries and Kimberly's, it will probably be holding different buttons. So again, neutral, light, medium, and heavy. Probably what it's gonna be, in my opinion. So, yep, so classic costume. Also coming with the Emperor is a new stage, Proud Spire, located in Thailand with a reclining Buddha statue in the background. You can use fighter coins to get Sagat, and owners of the Year 3 character Ultimate Pass will automatically get access to him and the stage when it releases. In fact, the pass is available now. The Year 3 character pass will include 4 characters, Sagat, Sea Viper, and Alex. Outfit 1, colors 3 through 10 for those characters, and 3,000 drive tickets. The Year 3 Ultimate Pass includes everything in the character pass, plus the character's outfit 2 and 3, colors 3 through 10, an additional stage, and 2,800 more drive tickets for a total of 5,800. All of these contents from these passes will unlock as they release throughout Year 3. So there you go. As for the first character of Year, as the first character of Year 3, ensure you pay your respects to Sagat. You don't want royalty on your bad side. After Sagat, Sea Viper will release in autumn, Alex in early spring. Oh wow, okay. I thought Viper was going last. So Viper will actually be coming out in autumn, cool, and Alex in early spring. Okay, cool, nice. We don't actually have the exact date when Sagat's coming out, right? I'm assuming he's gonna come out right after Evo, right? He's just gonna come out right after Evo, like it always is. So, oh, August 5th, huh? So they actually said August 5th. There you go. I mean, he looks great. He looks great. And there's a reason why I think everybody on the internet is going nuts, because this character, he just looks so good. He really does. He looks so good. His moves look brutal, and like he looks like a really well detailed character, right? You know, after we've had, you know, Street Fighter 5, you know, what was it, season 4 characters, like, you know, like, was it Sakura and stuff that just look kind of funky, right? Like, I think a lot of people are happy to see that these characters look so good.
It was Tuesday.